Good morning and welcome back to the Kop TV Hot Kopics, the podcast on the Kop TV, episode 120?
Something like that.
Something around that number. Myself,
Lots of them.
AGT, and of course,
yeah.
Freestyle DM over there in the corner.
There's my camera.
Shout out to you, Doyle. How are you, mate?
All right, I've worked every single day up until today, so I'm a little bit tired, and I think I say that every single stream, but this is the life that we live, lad. We graft. Do you know what I mean? But I'm all right. How are you, lad?
I'm all right. I've had a wholesome weekend. Watched the game last night. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we need
I wanted to get into a bit of a special edition of Hot Kopics today. As it is pre-season, or we're about to enter pre-season, I wanted to do a keep bench sell.
Yeah,
Hot Kopics
let's say that.
Special edition. Keep bench sell. We're going to go for every single player in the squad. We want your opinions in the comments as well. Do you disagree? Do you agree? Do you think we're a bunch of plebs? Let us know in the chat. Possibly. And if you are listening on the audio platforms, please do us a favour. I ask you every week. All you have to do, give us a 5-star rating. It's not a lot to ask for, is it? Is it a lot to ask for?
No, it's not, buddy.
And on YouTube, obviously, like the video and comment with your thoughts on today's Hot Kopics, and then subscribe as we enter a new era at Anfield under Arne Slot.
So if you've got the stamina to listen to us, then you definitely have the stamina just a little tap.
Even if you don't.
Do you know what I mean?
Just click on, give us the rating, and off you pop. Right, let's get into this then. Keep, bench, sell. Alisson Becker. Bit of a silly one, but obviously we keep that man right there.
Yeah.
I mean, in the season, 95 saves made, only 11 clean sheets.
Yeah, no, mate, that's not necessarily
But he was
fault.
injured for a lot of it, and obviously Keller did have to step in, which we'll be talking about very soon.
Very easy, that one, lad.
That's probably the easiest one in the whole squad. Adrian has left. He's gone back to Real Betis, and funnily enough, his first game for Real Betis will be against Liverpool.
Well, the 27th?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
27th of July.
Will he be starting? He won't be the starting goalkeeper there, though.
Well, they've got a couple. Do you remember Claudio Bravo at City? They've still got him. So Adrian actually started his career off at Betis maybe 15 years ago.
So they got a thing for crap goalkeepers, Real Betis, lad. Yeah?
Pretty much, or recycled goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Past their expiry date. So shout out to him. He's gone. Marcelo Pitulaga is in the squad. There's also Jaros, who is I believe the third choice keeper for Czech Republic as well. I mean, one of them might get promoted, so we'll go with Jaros. I think we bench him. I think he becomes the number 3 if Kelleher stays.
What's his name?
And I think we maybe sell Pituluga, just because, I mean, I'm on his profile now on the official website. Born in 2002, Brazilian goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'm on to him, lad. Actually, I play a particular football game, and every single time I play it, I actually loan him out, lad, to a club for 2 years, and then see if he can come back better. That's actually what I do, lad.
Yeah, he was at Macclesfield a couple
21.
of seasons ago. He's been playing for the under-21s. He did sign a new contract with Liverpool in 2024, and then headed to Ireland for a spell on loan with St Patrick's.
There you go, see? Manager.
I don't know, though. Probably just time to go and fly and do your thing.
It's one of them, lads. You're not really going to get a place against Alisson in the next few years. If Kelleher stays, you're not going to get ahead of him either, because he's fantastic. But as a young man, it's probably great to get some experience. But are you that young now? Do you really want to go and start somewhere else? You can. You're 21. You've probably built up a lot of skills. You've been playing around the best goalkeepers. So maybe it is. Yeah,
maybe it's time.
So sell.
Now this one, I mean, I'm in two minds about this one. Quiveen Kelleher, right?
No.
Won the FA Cup, Carabao Cup twice for Liverpool, the Premier League, the Super Cup, the Champions League.
Belter.
This guy's won it all. You know how much I love him. I think you love him as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
26 appearances this season, Doyle.
And done fantastic.
It was brilliant. Only 5 clean sheets, though.
I get it, lad. We weren't great at stopping goals. Like, that's not what our strength was last season. We were scoring bags of them, but we weren't stopping them. But he still played incredibly well, and when we needed him, he stepped up. The amount of saves last season that he did, lad, that were reminiscent of Alisson, that one-on-one type of saves. He was incredible.
82 saves made, 17 catches.
He was boss, lad. Honestly, he was. He deserves to be, right, he deserves to be sold to a club where he starts, right?
So you go and sold?
No, because selfishly, I love you, Kelly, lad, so I want you to stay, okay? I'm going to be that fair. Bench.
Yep. Bench Kelly.
Yep.
Right, let us know in the chat, because this is probably one of the most controversial ones that we'll go through.
He's the best second goalkeeper in the league.
I agree.
I'm not even saying I was biased. He is. He's fantastic.
Well, look, he played 26 times this season, right? And if you look at Alisson again, he played Go on his stats, 32. So it was pretty much down the middle between them both.
It's not necessarily just his ability. It's his. It's how he deals with pressure. He comes in and it's like he's played the whole season. Every single time that he plays, and he as soon as he makes a good save, you know the rest of the game's going to be good for him. I genuinely, I think he's great, lads. I don't want to let him go.
By going what we're saying, which is bench, are you saying that our 3 goalkeepers next year are Alisson, Kelleher and Jaros?
Yeah.
Okay. Let us know in the chat. Do you agree with that one or not? Let's go on to defenders. Joe Gomez, right, hasn't been used at all for England at the Euros. Obviously did really well to get into the squad. You know, I'm on his stats now, Doyle. Played a lot of games last season, as we know. 51 appearances from Joe Gomez last season. Got 3 assists, which big him up. Yeah. I didn't even know he had that. Hit the woodwork once. No goals, as we know. 8 clean sheets. One thing about last season was the clean sheets. We just simply did not keep enough of them. That's probably why we lost the league.
It is why we lost the league.
It does come down to those moments. So, yeah, I mean, you know... Still, in my opinion, he was one of our top 5 players in the season. So
he's the new James Milner. That's what he is. He's a utility player that can fit in any way that we need him to do, and he'll do a job. And he's coming back to himself with his confidence, lad. We lost him a little bit for a few seasons, and he's come back, and it's brilliant to see, lad.
Do you know what? I'd almost have him in the same bracket as Kelleher if he didn't play so many games last season.
I totally get what you mean.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've got
but
better
he did,
starters,
so it's a keep.
I absolutely keep, lad. Also, he can slot in left back, centre back, right back, centre defensive mid at points.
He played there once, I'm pretty sure.
And he was
all
right, lad. He genuinely was. Keep that guy. Longest serving player for us.
Longest serving player. Shout out Joe Gomez. Obviously, we keep him.
Love that kid.
The next one of the easiest ones, Virgil van Dijk, 48 appearances last season, 4 goals, 2 assists, hit the woodwork twice. It's good. These stats on the website are very in depth, you know.
He's the blueprint for defending.
51 goals conceded.
Yeah, that's not very good.
It's not great, is it? I'll be honest.
After I've just said he's the blueprint for defending and that as well.
Tackle success, 56%.
Say his aerial duels, like that's his standing
aerial duels, 220 headers.
Bash. 220 times, lad.
Bosh.
Mad. And even in the Euros, I think he's the best for your aerial duels at the moment as well.
He is. And obviously, you know, scored a very important goal to win us a trophy. It's mad that Joe Gomez played more games than Virgil van Dijk. Virgil played 48.
It's because of the utility that he offers, lad. He can play in everywhere. You can't put Virgil van Dijk left back, but you can put Joe Gomez there, lad.
Red card, 1 against Newcastle, which in my opinion still to this day I don't believe was a red card.
I don't know, it probably was.
But there you go. Obviously we're keeping the big man, captain of the club, Virgil van Dijk.
He can stay till he wants, lad.
Yeah, until he's 50 if he wants. Ibrahima Konate.
Yeah, keep. Absolutely keep.
It's a keep, isn't it? Yeah. Straight away. 37 appearances last season, 157 aerial duels. Very happy.
Perfect compliment to Virgil
Not the best season.
No.
I'll be honest, not the best season.
But some performances last season, he did stand out massively. And in the Arsenal games that we played, the first Arsenal game at Anfield, honestly, that kid was insane, lad. And there was other performances throughout the season where you went, lad, this kid could be a serious defender, genuinely. And even other opposition fans were saying it. So, absolutely keep, lad. He's only young as well, right? 23, 24, something like that.
Hasn't really got a chance for France at the Euros.
Fair play, lad. I'm not going to lie, right? Saliba, phenomenal, lad.
I would say Konate is more consistent than Upamecano, though. Who has had a bad season, let's be honest.
I totally agree with you, but Didier Deschamps does not play like that, lad. They took ages to warm to Saliba, and he's insane, lad. He's excelled 2 seasons in the Premier League, the hardest league in the world, and kept an unreal amount of clean sheets, had the best defence in the league. Like, that's not what the French do, so I'm not going to put it down to Upamecano's better than Konate and putting it down to Didier Deschamps prefers him in the way he
do you know what? This all started him coming out of the France team because he got ill in the lead up to the Euros. They whacked in Saliba and he's just been that good.
Yeah, he's
Konate's like, by the way, I'm better now.
Yeah,
I'm not sick anymore.
I'm still good at football as well. Yeah.
So
I think he'd be a great. I honestly think Saliba and Konate together would be naughty.
That's the best one.
Pretty much Virgil and Konate. That's what it looks like to me, lad.
Yeah. So obviously we're keeping Big Ib. Tough one this. Kostas Tsimikas, Doyle. Number 21, played 25 times for Liverpool last season. Now, I would say bench.
Yep.
But if the rumours are true and Ryan Ait-Nouri comes to Liverpool, I actually think he'll end up at Man City. But what happens to Kostas Tsimikas next season? I mean, I love him. I want him to stay. Obviously, Andy Robertson is going to stay as well. But where do you sit with him?
Bench. Puts in performances for us when he comes on. He's an attacking left back lad. He does a job. He's a solid little player. 6, 7 out of 10 lad. Don't think he's a starter. Don't think I want to sell him either. He's good cover. He's won stuff for us, lad. He's done.
So are you just out of the race for Aït-Nouri then?
If Man City are in for it, lad, yeah, because he'll probably just come to us, lad. That's the way it's going to go.
If you think about it,
and stuff.
They don't have they've got Ake at left back, and they've got that Sergi Gomez or whatever his name is, but he's not great. They'll probably sell him. I actually think if I was him, I'd probably go Man City because you could nail down that spot and make it yours.
As well as, absolutely agree with that. That's exactly what it is. Also, he's a bit of a chaotic player. He offers a lot of energy. He's up and down the pitch. And I feel like Man City and Pep will be able to tame some of that chaos and structure it so it's effective. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
In Wolves at the moment, he's just allowed to have a free rein to run up and down and do what he wants. And it doesn't always work out. He misses chances or whatever. Man City will make a player out of him, lad.
So Kostas Tsimikas, are we saying bench? Are we going with bench?
Yeah, mate.
Let us know in the chat. What do you think? Is it a bench situation? Is it a keep? Is it a sell? Could we actually make some money off
It's going to be difficult to sell players, lad, because we need players, right? So doing this is going to be difficult to get rid of a few, especially with Thiago and Matip already out the door. They were the deadwoods almost. Not deadwoods. We love them.
A bit harsh.
Yeah, sorry, that's the wrong words. You know what I'm trying to say. We need the dough.
Yeah, 100%. Joel Matip. Do you know what? I'm going to put my neck on the line here. I don't think we should have sold him.
Joel Matip?
Because now it means that we're going to have to go and buy a 3rd or 4th choice centre-back who might not be at the same level. I still think he had a good season in Liverpool, if I'm honest, under Arne Slot, but he is now sold. Reece Williams.
Right.
It's got to be a sell, I think.
Yeah. But then you talk about we need a 4th choice centre-back. He was all right when he stepped up in that season. Like,
listen, him and Nat Phillips, who we're going to talk about next.
He's not as good as Quansah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, Quansah is genuinely brilliant. So if we're talking about 3rd choice, 4th choice, then Quansah's already there for us, in my opinion.
So should we say sell to Reece and Nat?
Sorry, lads.
Yeah. Is that the time where we just move on now? Because they've been on so many loans. I mean, Nat Phillips, bless him, you can't even view his profile on the website because he's got no stats from last season, but he played 20 times during that season to help us get in the Champions League. He did go on loan to Celtic last season, but it didn't work at all. He was back. He was only there for a month or so, and he was back. So I don't know what happened for him there. Because I actually thought that's a great move for him, going to Celtic. We've got a connection there.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. He's a solid defender, but he's a pretty standard defender. He doesn't offer you much going forward or anything like this. He doesn't have diags. He doesn't have that type of stuff. He's just a solid, old-fashioned centre-back that'll get his head on everything.
So sell for them too.
Reece,
thanks though.
Yeah. Go and find a career, Reece, lads. You'll make a career off the back of what you did in that season.
Could they both be sold to Prem teams?
I think so, yeah. Genuinely. Nat could be a play for like a Bournemouth or something, lads.
Well, he did go to Bournemouth on loan, wasn't he?
Yeah, I remember. Actually, that's why we got him.
And he's still with Liam Gallagher's daughter, so keep up the good work, my
and
friend.
don't look back.
Don't look back in anger. Live forever. Trent. Vice captain, silly question, move on.
Yeah.
Sepp van den Berg.
Yeah,
right? Here's another centre-back that is linked. I mean, he had a great season last year in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
We're apparently asking for 20 mil for this kid. So my question now is...
That's why I'm saying sell him, lad.
If he's 20 mil, how much is Reece and Nat? And how much could we actually make this summer?
He's not had the best time at Liverpool in the sense of he's not really got playing time. Even in the cup games, he was too young. You can see it. And when you're seeing players like Quansah come through who was the same age... and he's excelling, lad, you're like, okay, I can see why we want to keep Quansah. I can see why we want to move on from these other players. And if we're going to put a 20 mil price tag off the back of a good season that he's just had, absolutely, that's why I'm saying sell, because we can need a little bit of dough, lad.
Yeah.
We do. That's why we got rid of Matip and Thiago, like wages. That's why we got rid of them, lad.
Yeah, to free up some wages. Yeah. Do you know why I've got a sneaky feeling that we actually keep him? Because he joined Liverpool from PEC Zwolle in June 2019. That's Arne Slot's club.
Yeah, man.
So maybe, being Dutch as well, maybe, just maybe, I know he was loaned out to Preston North End at one point. I know that he was at Schalke.
Last season.
He was at Mainz last season as well. He is really rated, especially in Holland and Germany. But is he going to get a chance? He might be the 4th guy.
He could be.
I'll be honest. I think he's got more of a chance than Nat and Reece.
Yeah, I agree. No, yeah, I
do
definitely.
Just take it and invest that in someone else. I'm not sure. I'll go sell.
Yeah.
But people at home might just go bench.
Yeah, he had a good season last season.
Connection,
How old is he now as well? 21?
23.
23. That's what I'm saying, lad. In my opinion, there's more potential in someone like Quansah. But we do need that extra one. We can't have Joe in centre back if we're going to use him in left back or right back as well. So maybe we do need him.
Maybe we do. So what are you saying then? Because I'm saying
bench.
sell.
Let's do bench.
You're going bench.
Yeah, let's do bench. Bench him and Quanta. Kanate and Virgil stay, and then Gomez is floating in and out when needed.
Quanta's my next one. It's a start / bench.
Yeah, like, he's brilliant.
You know, he played 33 times.
He's brilliant.
How good would last season have been for his personal development?
He had a few bad mistakes as kids do, lads, but majority of the games that he
Palace
played.
away that he gave away a pen,
and also
Mateta got across
and
him.
also the Man United game, right, when he passed the ball across the pitch, lad. And
I forgot about that.
Yes, buddy, we were watching.
Do you remember?
It together.
Oh my god, that line.
That's what cost us last season. Stuff like that, lad. We were in the Ascension in that game. We were battering them, lad. We were 1-0 up, could have scored another one, and then we just cheaply give away a goal, lad.
Do you remember my commentary for that moment?
Nah.
When that happened.
Oh yeah, he was like so.
Totally under control. Bruno just scored from halfway line.
Yeah. It was horrible, lad.
Totally in control here.
But we're not. It's not like he's still brilliant, lad, and he still offers value to Liverpool. And I think he's got bags and bags of potential. And I'd love to keep hold of him because he could be a top defender, lad. Don't know yet, but he looks technical and gifted, lad, and he makes good decisions most of the time, except for that one.
Yeah, 90% of the time he's top. Did make 16 appearances in League One with Bristol Rovers the season before last, was called up to the provisional England squad, then was sent home. 33 games, 3 goals.
Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah.
That's a 1 in
And he
11.
had one against Toulouse that should never been taken off him as well to make 3-3, so he would have been 4.
And played a massive part as well in the Carabao Cup win.
Him and Kelly were wonderful last season, and Conor Bradley as well. I know you're going to move on to him, lad, and I'm excited for this kid, lad.
I really am. This is his season, this.
I love it. Like, what he doing last season, lad, was insane. And another thing, you know, when I'm playing the football game that I'm talking about, every time I get offers for Conor Bradley, lad, it's immediately rejected.
What football game are you talking about?
I'm not going to say it, like, because they ain't paying us to put it on this.
Football Manager?
Yeah.
What do you play it on?
Laptop.
On your laptop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I've been thinking to get?
It's just fun to put on, lad. You know, like when you've got you're cooking your dinner or something, lad, and you can just sim a little quick match, lad, and be like, and then you get an offer coming, you're like, nah, he's my player, lad. No,
I might actually get that.
I bought Bruno Ramirez, lad, for the centre mid position. Put him in CDM next to Macher and Szoboszlai.
Nice.
And it works, lad. It's brilliant, by the way. Just so you know, I'm winning the league.
Yeah, nice. If only we could do that in real life.
I know, lads.
Conor Bradley's the next one up. Obviously won the Carabao Cup. Nasty injury towards the end of the season, but he did come back
and then done phenomenally well for Ireland as well.
Mate,
scoring bags of goals from right back, lad.
6 assists.
I know. And goals, lad.
6 assists and goals. I was at the Chelsea game when he scored that Gerrard-esque kind of finish. The keeper.
Had a little slip as well when he did it, lad, at his boss.
23 appearances. I don't think he would have thought that he would have played that much last season, but because he was so good, we almost forgot. I mean, Calvin Ramsey, he's not even on the website, mate, but we have to have him
Scottish
in.
Scottish lad, Aberdeen.
Do you know what? I'm really upset that it's never worked out with him.
It's one of them, lad. This is
you
football,
can
brother.
See he's an absolute baller. But
absolutely, but football moves on very, very quickly, lad. And Conor Bradley deserves a shot,
He just
lad.
popped up at the right time and took his chance.
Absolutely,
and was that good that you couldn't drop him?
No, lad. There was times in the season where people were calling for him to start over Trent, that's insane to think about because he was that good defensively and that good going forward. It offered something completely different to Trent. Trent was inverting so much that he wasn't playing that old role, and Conor brought us back to what Trent used to play like, overlapping, constantly running, tackles everywhere, energy, lad, passion. He was brilliant, lad. He was up against big lads and he bodied them and that, lad.
He was, man.
It's mad.
For a wiry kind of slim kid, he's really up for it. And he used to play Gaelic as well, so he's definitely got that.
The Gaelic football there.
So yeah, Conor Bradley, I'll go bench. I think, you know, if we're talking about him in a year from now, we could be saying start.
I love him, lad.
Who knows?
I think he's brilliant.
On to the midfielders then. Wataru Endo.
Stay here, lad. Stay right here.
Yeah, 100%. It's a keep.
Yeah.
It's a keep for me. 43 appearances in the season. Total passes over 2,000. There was a point up until I think maybe the Crystal Palace loss at home where he hadn't lost a game in the Premier League for Liverpool. He himself has even been quoted as saying this summer that he wouldn't be against Liverpool going out and buying another 6 to kind of cover him, knowing his age.
We need one.
So is it a keep or is it a bench situation?
Depends who we get in, right? Right now it's a keep because he's got to start because he's our only 6, really, lad. If it's somebody else comes in who's a better player than bench, that's what he's there for, lad. He knows
bench
that.
/ start, isn't it?
He was brilliant last season. He wasn't the most expansive in lots of other ways, but he absolutely stepped up in moments. He was there to cover all the time. He was a warrior. But I want him in the club, lad. Yeah. That's the type of player I want.
100%. I actually love the kid.
Same. Desire is all.
Thiago Alcantara, bless him. I think he was on 200k a week. 1 appearance.
So I'm talking about 5 minutes bill, lad. That's why I said Liverpool.
10 passes.
Yeah. And beautiful passes. They probably all look the best passes you've ever seen in your life. But yeah, didn't he?
He came on against Arsenal in the game we lost.
I know, and he was terrible on it as well.
Awful for that 5-minute period, and then got injured again.
I know.
Do you know what? Now that he's actually gone, I can kind of look back and say one of the most beautiful, majestic players I've ever seen play for Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But didn't see it enough. I mean, 10 passes across a season. He's probably got paid a good 6 or 7 mil across the season for 10 passes.
That's mad.
It's like almost $1 million a pass.
That's why I told you this. Why Liverpool needed a dough for him. Yeah. 200 grand a week. That's mad for a player that literally does not play football for us.
Yeah,
but beautiful.
Yeah. Szoboszlai and McAllister. I think we can have them both down as start.
Mach is a revelation. And we said this last season, lad. Before the season started, we said Mach was going to be our best player. And what happened? He turned into our best player.
Did we say that? I think me and you both said he's the one that we're looking forward to seeing the most.
And he delivered exactly what I thought he was going to deliver.
46 appearances for Maka,
45
appearances for Dom. Maka, I think, started off a little bit slow, I'll be honest with you, but the stats show that it's 7 assists, 7 goals.
When he was pushed forward, when Endo was behind him, when he was pushed forward, that's what I'm saying, when he was pushed forward and Endo was behind him, you seen the impact that he had. It was mad. The assists that he was getting were boss. They weren't just simple passes. They were lofted balls over the top for Nunes to get onto, or Salah or somebody, and then he'd score in big moments as well. He is our best midfielder in my opinion.
He is my penalty taker for next season. I agree.
He's better than Mo Salah at pens, lad. Every time Mo Salah's there, I love him. And there's a phenomenal player, and there's many phenomenal players, but some of them are just not good at penalties.
Yeah. He technically is so sound the way he strikes the ball. Scored one against Man City. Should have had another one where he got booted in the chest by Doku, yeah? Should have had 2
That was the other way around. It would have been a pen for them.
Oh, mate. Honestly, I still... Because you know what? That could have won us the league.
I know.
That.
I mean...
I'm fed up of saying it every year. That could have won us the league, or if that referee gave this. Anyway.
It's not going to be
7 goals and 7 assists. I think he scored 10 in the Prem for Brighton the season before. So hopefully this season he gets double figures in both. But yeah, you're right. For the first half of the season, he wasn't playing in his favourite position. So yeah, big up Maka though, man. I absolutely love the guy. So yeah, obviously Szoboszlai and McAllister both start/keep. Curtis Jones,
keep.
Yeah, 100%. 36 appearances, 5 goals for Liverpool across the season.
He's also, you know what I liked about the kid? He's definitely shown progression from the very start when he started to now. There is progression there, and that's all I can ask for from a player. He's a scouser, want him in the team. He's a good utility player. Get him in.
Yeah, 100%. Bench/keep again. Harvey Elliott, 53 appearances, 11 assists, 4 goals.
One of our best players last season.
Yeah, he really was.
He was, lad.
He was, especially the second half of the season.
Love his attitude as well around playing for Liverpool. I love how he genuinely just is in awe that he gets to play for Liverpool. I love that. That's the type of player again, the one for Liverpool. He's young, technical, gifted, scores belters, links up play. Stay.
Substituted on 26 times, starts 27.
How many impacts did he have?
Very balanced.
That's what you want though. This is the whole point of a balanced midfield. We've got to play 50-something games a season. We need lads to come in and do a job, and he did every single time for us. Most of the
pretty impact, much every single time.
I think we were saying last season the Elliott effect. Every time he come on from the bench, lads, something would happen.
Yeah. Ryan Gravenberch.
You got to keep. You've only just got him. He's got bags of potential. He didn't show all of his attributes last season, but also just first season in the Premier League as a kid, so he done all right.
4 goals, 2 assists. A lot of those goals were in the cup. Yeah, I mean, look, 38 appearances across the season. We'd like to see a bit more from him, but when you're looking at the other names ahead of him, if you're him, how would you go into the season? Would you go into it saying, I'm here to become one of the main men and try and force myself into the starting 11? Because I don't think the door is ever closed for anyone, you know.
It's not. That's the point.
It's never closed for anyone.
The fact that we just said that Conor Bradley could start over Trent because he's played that well shows the philosophy in Liverpool. That's what we do. So if you play well on that game, you stay on, lad.
Yeah.
I think he basically takes his chances when he gets them. The same as every other player. You're not going to get 38 games because you're not Mo Salah. That's just the way it is. So let's find out a way how you can get into this team, and it's just grafting when you come on and producing. That's the football, lad. It's a meritocracy. You are the best, you play, that's it.
Yeah.
He's got to do that, and he's a professional, lad. He's an athlete, he's a competitor, he'll have that fire in him. Get it out, lads. You've got a Dutch manager there, show him how good you are.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I
mean? Next up, Stefan Bajcetic. 3 appearances across the season. Injured for a lot of it, but genuinely one of my favourite players to watch.
He's good. Energy, wiry.
It seems like in that midfield position, as he's growing and getting a bit stronger, getting a bit taller, it seems like he has got every tool in the bag in terms of that deep lying playmaker that can turn on the half space. Do you remember that turn he did against Newcastle away? Where he's got the ball really deep. I think it was the season before last, and he's kind of sent 2 players that way and just...
Yeah, I do remember. It was in between them. It reminds me of Gini Wijnaldum. That's what it reminded me of when he against Barcelona, when he popped it through the 2 of them. I do remember that. He's got an energy about him and a desire. And in a new team with Arne Slot, the most important attribute is I want to run into the ground. He does. And he's young, and he deserves a chance because that season that he had with us, he was brilliant.
Long-term injury, saw him miss most of the season, but is this... What happens with him at the end of... Let's say he starts for Liverpool this season. Let's say... And again, I'm touching wood. I want him to play as much as possible. But let's say he does pick up an injury. If we're doing this video in a year from now, what would we be saying about him if he doesn't get the playing time?
You'll have to move on, lad.
Really?
Yeah, because you can't have 2 seasons out, brother, as these are pretty important moments in your development. Yeah. I was 21, 20, yeah. In them moments, this is where you are starting to build certain skills that you don't have from your academy days, right? This is where you're going to learn some new traits. And if he's not able to do that, he's missed out on 2 years of progression, mate, which is not going to bode well for him going forward. And also,
it would have to be a sad goodbye, wouldn't it?
It would be terrible. Yeah. It'd have to be one of them. If he's on low wages, then that's fine. You can stay, lad, But if you're on high wages, we're going to have to move you on because we can't afford to have a player that doesn't play. It's a competitive nature here. We've got to stay on top, lad. It's the only way we can do it. But also... Let's hope that does not happen soon because it's terrible when you see good players getting hindered by injuries and it affects the career. I hate 100%. It. It's sad.
Owen Beck.
Is he the left back? No.
Yeah. Well, he's down as a midfielder on this, but yeah, he's the left back. One appearance last season. Tyler Morton.
Chambers, I'm thinking of.
Lad. Luke Chambers. We've got McConnell. Tyler Morton. Bobby Clark. There's a lot of players that aren't.
They've done a job for us last season as well.
Within the team. And here's another midfielder for you before we get onto the strikers. Fabio Carvalho.
Yeah.
Right, we forgot about him. He's coming back. Is he going to get a fresh start under Arne Slot, or well, I guess we don't know, do we?
I don't think
so.
I think he's done well for Hull when on his little loan period. He was good, and he definitely adds value to certain teams. But I just don't think he fits Liverpool. I really don't, and it's a shame because he's a boss little techie player. He's like in between Luis Diaz and Harvey Elliott. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can't quite fit where you're going to be, lad, because you're not as good as Luis Diaz, but you're also not as good as Harvey Elliott. But you're really good. But I don't know quite where to slot you in, lad. No pun intended. But you know what I mean. Yeah. I can't quite find a place for him in the team, and he deserves to play first team football. It's somewhere. So I think move on from Carvalho, mate. Sell. Get some dough for him. He deserves to play for football. 14 mil, 10 mil.
14 mil.
Lad, he's not being ready, but he hasn't played for us.
I'd want at least 20, bro.
How much did we pay him for? Was it 40 or something stupid?
No, it wasn't that much that we got him for.
Try and just make back what we bought. That's what I would say. Sorry that we don't know this.
So you're just not giving him a chance this season?
I know, it's terrible, isn't it? That's not fair to me. Like, I get it. But also, where'd you put him? Tell me where you'd put him, mate.
There's just so many players in front of him.
I guess, yeah. Put it this way.
In an ideal situation, because we know that Slot can play with like 2 10s. I just can't see him getting ahead of Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones.
And even Maka would play in a 10
Harvey better. Elliott, Maka.
It's just hard. The only place I see him is on left wing. That's the only place, and I see him on left wing in a Carabao Cup game when he's got all the kids on him, and he's probably one of the senior leaders in that team. And he's got Bajic there, he's got Harvey Elliott there, and he's got Curtis Jones. That's where I see him. If he's happy to play that role, cool, stay. But I don't think he is. I think he's expressed that how does he express himself? He's expressed that he's not necessarily happy with how he's being treated in Liverpool. Yeah. He said it. So I think he's a competitor. He doesn't want to play a second fiddle. He wants to start. He had a boss season for Fulham. He was great there. Why does he not want to carry that on? Do you know?
Yeah. I agree, man. It's sad. And I was there for his best moment in a Liverpool shirt, that last-minute winner against Newcastle. Matty Renton in the away
again this season, you know, I honestly
hold that, yeah,
Matty
hold
Renton.
That. So yeah, it looks like we're both agreeing on sell.
So sorry, lads.
Unless he has an unbelievable pre-season and turns it around,
or Luis Diaz gets massively injured or something.
Yeah, and we need him in that left wing / number 10 position. So tough one. Ben Doak.
He's still a baby, and he's only like 18
Yeah,
19.
Very young.
I think we keep him, but also again,
one appearance last season.
Again, I don't want to be disrespectful, but how is he going to get into the team? I
actually look at him as like the backup to Mo.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I look at him.
You think he's that good,
bro? When I saw him make his debut,
he's techie.
I think
proper
it was
techie.
Derby, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Derby at home in the cup, and it was 0-0. We won that game on penalties. I was there with P Mac in the Kop, and he came on, couple step overs, went round, and everyone goes, "Whoa, who's this?"
Because he's only short and stocky as well. Yeah.
Really bad injury in the season. Probably go with bench. You know,
I get you. I like he's an individual. I like that about him. He's in this modern game where everyone's on shackles. He is a player that likes to be direct, take players on, and he's got a little bit of something about him.
Yeah,
he's like got a Shaqiri build, but Eze type of style of player. It's mad.
It's true.
I do like him. I do, and he's a kid, so he hasn't had his opportunity fully yet. So keep him.
5 appearances in all comps. Hit the woodwork once, waiting for his first goal. The rest, I'll be honest, is quite self-explanatory. Luis Diaz.
Keep.
Yeah, I think it's a keep.
Absolutely.
However, we've obviously been linked with
PSG.
His dad's linked him with PSG, Barcelona, all these big clubs, and he's come out already and said that he wants to stay. 51 appearances, 13 goals across the season. Decent stats. We obviously want a little bit more output. But if Liverpool are looking at an Anthony Gordon, then what happens to Luis Diaz?
But why are we looking for Anthony Gordon if we've got Lucio Diaz? I've seen it.
Well,
loads of it. I've seen loads of it, and I get it because he's super direct. But also, I don't see much difference in the two players. I really don't. I think Anthony Gordon was fantastic last season, and he definitely offered, directness, and he scored a few goals. Did he score more goals than Luis Diaz? I think he might have.
Who?
Anthony Gordon.
Well, I've got 13 goals, 5 assists. I reckon Gordon got 10 and 10 at least.
Yeah,
in the Prem.
You could see it like.
Maybe not so much in other comps for a Gordon, but if you're comparing them both, me personally, I'd still want Diaz.
Anthony Gordon's not coming to Liverpool. He's just not.
You say that, right? But I asked the Kop TV audience on Instagram. I did a post saying
they might want him,
or talking about the rumours and would you take him at Liverpool? I'm just going to go on some of the comments now because it was a really, really kind of splitting post where people said yes and no a lot. Someone said I'd have him in a heartbeat. The lad is extremely talented. But then someone else says we've got Diaz, Nunez and Gakpo that play left wing, hoping Jota can stay fit. We don't need him. People saying yes, great addition, quick and direct. People saying absolutely not. Played for Everton. How on earth is it logical to sign him? We don't need him. We've got plenty of left wing operators.
The only way
you don't half chat shit. We've turned him down, said someone about me. So
it's one of them, lad. The only place I could see him actually playing is right wing to replace Mo Salah. That's the only place. Yeah. And he doesn't play right wing, he plays left wing. I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me, lad. Honestly, when I seen this coming out, remember when we talked about it, 100 mil for Anthony Gordon, I was gasped over there, lad. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It's not, I promise you this move doesn't
happen. I've given him
just
so much shit as well when he's played for Everton at Anfield. Called him Anne Robinson and all that.
Anne Robinson.
Someone said on Twitter last night, Anthony Gordon has looked like a proper Liverpool player tonight, left sitting on the bench by an inept England manager when he's comfortably the best option in his position to come on. So that's like Trent and Joe as well. So he looks like a Liverpool player in that sense, to be fair.
He's a good player, lad. I honestly criticised Newcastle when they bought him, and then the season that he had last season, I was like, fair play, kid, you're a good footballer, you lot. And he offered so much value to that team.
But he wants to move, Has his head been turned by these rumours?
How do you know he wants to move?
Because Newcastle has offered him to us. We've not bid for him.
Newcastle have offered Anthony Gordon. Are you stupid?
Plus Jarrell Quansah.
Are you stupid? What is that, lad?
Because it's to keep up with FFP and PSR. They have to sell English talent.
If I was Gordon, I'd be fuming at them, Fuming, lad. The season I used to produce for them last season. Like, what?
It's not really... I know what you're saying. Like, why would you want to leave after a great season? But the way that Leicester, Newcastle, Chelsea are all moving right now, Villa, it's actually very dodgy what they're doing. They're all helping each other out by selling English players to each other to make sure that they avoid PSR and comply with FFP. It's actually it's like dirty what they're doing.
Is it legal?
It's a loophole.
Yeah, well, there you go. People can do it.
So, for instance, this morning, Chelsea have sold Lewis Hall for 28 million to Newcastle, but then, the dealings between Villa and Chelsea, Leicester and Dewsbury Hall's gone to Chelsea this morning.
Dewsbury Hall's gone to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Why?
FFP, bro. Because Leicester are in big trouble, right? They need to sell players to even avoid any points deduction. Chelsea's new manager was the Leicester manager. So he wants.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
So
I hate this. Chelsea just take good 7s out of 10s all over the pitch and then just don't make them play good football. It's mad. Having said that, last season he finished really well, but why? Oh, mate, I'm good today.
Dodgy. I'm not a fan of it. So Luis Diaz keep, start. Darwin Nunez start, keep. Yeah,
absolutely. He's got a season now. He's got to prove. Like I said last season to step up now, lad. It's a season where you've got to go, I want to play for Liverpool. Look at this. You got to do that.
Yeah, it was 13 assists and 18 goals for Darwin. I think it was actually 21 goals.
They're not bad stats at all, mate. They're really not.
Great stats.
They're not great, no, but they're not bad either. 18 goals and 13, that's not bad, lad.
Over 30 goal
contributions, that's all right. He didn't start every game.
No.
He's done all right.
54 appearances across the season. I mean, Mo Salah got 44.
I'm telling you now, right, Nunez, the reason why he gets the stick he does is because of the big chances that he misses, because they stick in people's minds. Yeah. He misplaces a pass every now and then, but they don't see the value that he offers. It's mad to me. Honestly, people just always focus on the bad parts of his game, but they're not bad stats, then, mate. Same with Cody Gakpo. This is what they do to Cody Gakpo as well, because they're not Mo Salah and they're not Manny.
Well, we might as well say Salah, Gakpo, Jota, keep and start all of them. So there's only really up for debate. If we look across, it's maybe a couple of goalkeepers. You're looking at maybe getting rid of Reece, Nat, Sepp van der Berg. But all the rest, it's a bench or keep.
We said this at the start. We've already skimmed some of the players off now, so it's like
the midfield, no one leaves.
We need players in that midfield. We need to buy midfielders, lad. The fact that we couldn't get rid of any tells us we need people in.
And then up top, you're looking at maybe selling Fabio Carvalho. And obviously there's other players like Tyler Morton who will probably go back out on loan. So it's maybe a loan for them. But that's it. That's the squad. Where are the holes in that? Let us know. Before we go, we wanted to talk about Trent last night and Joe Gomez not playing for England. And there was a stat that came out yesterday. Bukayo Saka is playing left back for England after Trippier was subbed off. We know that. Konza came on for England at left back last night. Someone tweeted it saying Joe Gomez literally played left back 19 times for Liverpool last season and lost one Premier League game.
He had Saka in his pocket, lad. Honestly, if that game at Anfield, Saka could not do anything against him. It was mad. Yeah. I don't understand. I'll never understand Gareth Southgate, and I'm not going to try to either, because he's just a madman, mate, when it comes to this. Quansah at left back. Why?
No, Konza.
Konza. Sorry.
Yeah. Have Trent and Joe Gomez been disrespected by England in this tournament?
I think the team hasn't played to its strengths. They haven't combined the right amount of players they haven't combined the right players. That's what it is. It's not the right combination of players. That's what I would say. I don't think they've been disrespected. I think the England team's underperformed with the individuals that they've got. He's not created any patterns of play after 8 years, which is ridiculous, lad. You've had a team for 8 years and they've got no patterns to rely on when they're struggling. This is crazy to me. Yeah. So I don't think I think Trent's been thrown in the deep end, asked to perform something, and he doesn't know what actually to perform, and it's not worked out for him. If he played left back for this England team, even himself, or right back, and move Kyle Walker, I think he'd have great games. I really do. But I wouldn't say disrespected. I'd say the fans and the media are more disrespectful than Gareth Southgate, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
Because last night, I tell you now, if that team lost, Manu wouldn't have been praised. He wouldn't have. Conor Gallagher wasn't praised. But the midfield is weak. That's the problem. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter who you slot in. It's not working at the moment. They've got no synergy. It's weird, lad. The reason why we won that game yesterday is because of the moments of individual brilliance, because we've got insane individuals. It was an overhead kick in the 95th minute. It wasn't a build of play. The second goal wasn't a play either. It was a missed hit shot that was deflected back to Kane and we scored it. Not once did we really get in one-on-one because there's no patterns. You can't blame Trent for that. You can't blame any player for that. It's not their fault. It's the manager's fault. I'm telling you now, if Julian Nagelsmann, he's the best coach in this league, in this tournament. If he managed England would be so much better. And I'm not slating Gareth Southgate because in reality, like what Gary Neville said, he is the best coach we've had in 40, 50 years. He's took his favour than anybody else, and that's playing this boring, pragmatic style of football. Yeah, that doesn't have any sense to it, in my opinion. But it works, and look what we're doing. We're getting to quarters, and we're getting to semis, and we're getting to finals. So how can you really argue with what he's doing? It's a convoluted thing. It's not.
Yeah,
there's a paradox to it. It's weird
because
he's got his favour than anybody else, lad. He's been good, but he hasn't because we don't like watching it.
It's actually the first time ever that England have got to back quarterfinals in Euros.
There you go. Says everything to you.
On paper, you'd think, whoever the manager is of that team, they've done really well.
Lads, I watched Alex Ferguson win leagues.
It's just disgusting to watch. It was genuinely like that last night was. It's up there with Iceland in terms of the 95 minutes that I watched.
It's close,
right?
lad.
30 seconds away from just literally falling away by the
He would have lost his job. He's still got a job today because of that goal from Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Genuinely. 100%.
And also... It's horrible, though. It was the worst England match I've ever watched in my life.
Honestly, mate, no one's saying that he plays entertaining football, but he gets the job done. He just is. Like, that's the reality of it. And in tournament football, the only thing that matters whatsoever
I know.
is you get the job done. Real Madrid win the Champions League every single bloody season by doing that.
Yeah.
That's what they do, lad. They have
Against
a moment,
us.
and with somebody like Jude Bellingham doing an overhead kick in the 95th minute. We can't get on his back for winning. We can get on his back for the performances because the football's not being great.
Yeah.
But there's not. You can't. It's honestly, it's very perplexing, lad. It's a weird thing to comment on because if I'm Gareth, I'm saying, lad, look what I'm doing. You're in finals and you're Muppets. Like I'm doing this. But then.
It's wild,
as a viewer, I'm like, I want to watch my players do sick things because they're boss players. But do you want success or do you want good performances?
That's it.
I want success, don't you? That's what we want. It's really difficult. Really, really difficult. So sorry for Gareth because poor fella's got to deal with all kinds of criticism.
Well,
sorry for the players. Genuinely.
Not poor, is he?
Nah, they're rich, like. They are rich, but doesn't mean they need to be slated, lads, you know what I mean?
Well, it does.
Well, it does.
It does, to be honest. Everyone's got to hold it, yeah?
The football, not the individual
eye,
people.
You need to be... accepting of any criticism that comes your way.
I agree, but I also feel bad on
he was 30 seconds away from
getting massively, lad.
Getting bottles thrown at him, abuse.
That's the stuff I don't agree with, lad. That's what I'm talking about.
Was Abby that did
don't
that,
call don't comment on what he looks like. Don't comment on all these horrible memes about him.
Bro,
I get it, but
people say that about us.
I know they do, and it hurts me feelings.
Yeah, you're telling let's lay off Gareth Southgate. Lay off us.
Yeah. It's true, lad. The only comments I've had about my muzzy, lad. So many comments, trim your moustache and all that, lad. It hurts your feelings, lad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just let them play I'm doing me John Aldridge, lad. Okay, this is me John Aldridge, lad. Aldo.
John Aldridge era. We love to see it.
I just want to see the lads play well. Oh, of course we do, but also let's not kill them off.
I think in my head I made a very mature decision at the age of 12 in 2006 when England went out on penalties to Portugal. As a 12-year-old, I went, that's me done.
Yeah.
I'm already so invested with Liverpool. Why would I? Because I know I've seen the script.
Yeah.
The first ever footballing memory I have, World Cup '98, watching Owen score, lose on penalties, right? 2000, shite, lose on, who did we lose to? I can't even remember. 2002.
Was it Brazil?
Brazil, right? Yeah. 2004, Portugal. 2006, Portugal, both on penalties.
Oh,
and at that point, 2006, I went, I'm sorry.
I tried.
So involved with Liverpool. I've seen the script. I know how this film ends. Every single time with England, we never win. And the abuse that they all get after, the fans that travel away, they're all around singing "We Hate Scousers" and all that. No worries.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's not for me. I'll present it and go to the World Cup.
Yeah.
Right, I'm a massive football fan. But that's not me, bro.
But this is the thing, innit? Like, I love all the kids that actually play for this team. Like, the individually.
We're both more Irish than English anyway.
Yeah,
so that's the main reason.
I know.
But it is what it is.
But I just don't want to see them all. There's characters being assassinated and like you can criticize the football. I get it.
Game's the game.
I get it, but it's not nice, lads. You know what I mean?
It's not nice.
And I'm a nice guy.
It's not nice. Look. Anyway, It's a long story. We could go on.
It's very
on about
convoluted.
this.
There's so many opinions and things
so
around
long.
it. Like that's what we're doing this for, right? To have discuss things. That's what it brings up. But what a goal from Jude Bellingham yesterday, mate. Mate.
What did you think when he went? Who else?
Lads, this is what I'm talking about.
Gerrard used to do that.
Yeah,
like,
again.
I'm the fucking man.
Me.
When he scored that
this
goal
is the point, yeah. So anyone saying he's being disrespectful to the fans, you've all been disrespectful to him. So how can you say don't be disrespectful to us? We can be disrespectful to you, though. That doesn't work, lad. You can't. So, lad, good on you, Jude. Go and tell them, lad. That was mad. If that was me, I'd do the same thing, lad. Yeah, it was me. I did that, lad. Yeah, I'm boss. I'll be like that, definitely. So, Jude, good on you, son.
Yeah,
good on you,
lad.
lad.
Jude, man. Just leave Trent at Liverpool for a few more years, please.
Yeah, please, lads.
Don't be doing any of that stuff.
Yeah, lads.
Then we will fall out.
Yeah, budgie. We love you, okay? Stay there.
But yeah, listen, man, it's been a good show. Keep bench sell, very important going into the new season. This week, we are going to be outside Anfield asking you guys what you think of Arne's slot. We're going to be doing some content outside the stadium. And then, listen, we're preparing ourselves, aren't we, for pre-season. It's going to be an interesting summer. And then we go full tilt at the Premier League back in August.
It's a very strange feeling that we have going towards this season. It's not something that we've had for years.
It's the
10
unknown,
years.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really the unknown. So I don't know what's going to happen, but stay with us and you'll find out. Smash that like button if you're on YouTube. Do give us a 5-star rating, please, on the audio platforms. And like always, we'll be back next week.
Absolutely. Every Monday.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you check out the rest of the channel too. There's other stuff you'll enjoy for sure.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV,
The voice of football's most famous dads.
Come on.